Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer Showcase, the segment on this channel where we explore and discover new monster taming games. Now, today we have a bit of a different type of game, being a self-proclaimed monster trainer puzzle and farming game named Beasties. In this video, I will be exploring the Kickstarter campaign, the game's trailer, and my general thoughts on it as well. So as per the usual, definitely make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Alright, so we're going to start things off with the trailer, and then we'll start talking from there. So this is Beasties.
Welcome to the world of Beasties. I am your Beastie Trainer Guide, and I will show you their world. Let's go! As an adventurer, you want to fulfill your biggest wish and become a great Beastie Trainer. But for this, you need money. You can work on a farm where you can grow plant-based products like wheat. You can make flour and sell it, or use it as crafting material. At the craftsman and the cook store, you can get some important stuff out of your crafting material, and the earned money. In the village, you can prepare yourself for your adventure. During the adventure phase, you should choose your next target by yourself. It's up to you whether you want to complete side quests, open new paths to discover new areas, or take on new Beastie Brawls challenges. At the end of a fight, you get loot and primary dust plates. You need those to upgrade your friends, the Beasties, in the village. Thanks for your time, and have a fantastic day. Your Beastie Trainer Guide from Roca Play.
So regarding the first half of this trailer, which acts as the sort of gameplay trailer side of things, the game does seem to be quite polished already and gives me sort of those mobile vibes. Even though it's not a mobile game, it will be coming to Steam and Nintendo Switch. With it seemingly being a sort of, it's a match 3 game, but whenever I see these types of games, I just think about like Bejeweled or maybe like Candycrush, something like that, with a monster taming crossover. I will say that as a Kickstarter trailer, the video actually did kind of leave me a little bit confused, and I'm sure the rest of the campaign will include more information about how the game itself actually plays, but most people, I'd say, wouldn't have the attention span to go actually read the Kickstarter if they don't receive at least a base level sort of adequate amount of information within the trailer itself. What I mean is, if you watch this trailer, you still don't really know what the game is about. You know what the sort of in-game goals are, but not really like what they mean. So like, what does being a Beastie trainer entail? Are there gyms, tournaments, etc.? How do the monsters actually factor into the game? Like we see with the Bejeweled or sort of Candycrush puzzles here, we don't really know what the monsters do. We see that they do something, but it's not really explained. So when I see that, that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. Now, I'm not saying it needs to be explained for 20 minutes straight, but just a very shallow look into the game's systems and what this game does differently than your standard puzzle game or standard monster taming game would be helpful in my opinion. Other than that, though, based on the art, the physics, the animations, etc., the game does look like it has been in development for quite some time and is definitely looking polished for what it's trying to be. I will say that the overworld models, while kind of cute, also kind of creep me out a little bit, but yeah, let's keep going.
Hi, my name is Flo, and this is Hope, and we are the community ambassadors of Roca Play. And today, I want to tell you more about us and our Kickstarter. Our vision started years ago when Adrian had the idea to develop a monster trainer game whose combat anyone can learn in a few seconds, but which offers a nice depth in the high level. Furthermore, it was important to him that the game is created together with the community and can be extended at any time. For this, we brought in Sebastian, who already has experience as a game designer with AAA titles such as Tropico 6, but also played a major role in games at Voga. Alex is responsible for the visuals and is a huge Nintendo kid himself, who has been drawing all the Beasties and in-game assets since last year. Thomas is responsible for the programming, and Robert is the end boss. I mean, the CEO. It was important to us that you build a friendship with the Beasties and not catch them. Also, we don't use animal farm products in the game because it doesn't make a difference for the gameplay. And we want to set a small signal. With the funding goal of 20,000, we can finance external costs like sound effects, a better user interface and marketing. This would be the foundation we still need. Thank you very much for trusting us and wanting to work with us together on this special game. Please join our Discord and share your opinions and ideas. We are really excited about what we can achieve with you. Thank you very much and stay healthy. Your Rocketplay team. Peace.
Alright, so let's move on to the game itself. Now, Beasties is described as a lovingly hand-drawn 2D top-down monster trainer game with a turn-based match 3 combat mechanic where you take the role as a beastie trainer, which will be coming out for PC and Nintendo Switch. You must form alliances with beasties, earn money while farming, explore the world, craft food for beasties, and craft various items. Collect and manage resources, discover small and big secrets, and solve countless side tasks and challenges in a peaceful, quote-unquote wholesome and humorous world. The key features include a sophisticated genre mix of the monster taming genre, match 3, and farming, easy to learn, hard to master turn-based match 3 combat, team up with beasties, upgrade and customize them for your gameplay, earn money with farming, sell your goods or craft new ones on the market, be a co-producer and be part of the development of the game. The game is 100% plant-based and they care about diversity. The game will be released on PC and on Nintendo Switch. Okay, so the features still don't really tell us what the monsters do, so we do know it's a combination of monster taming and match 3, which like I said is like a game like Bejeweled or Candycrush or whatever, but I'm still really curious to find out what exactly the monster mechanics entail. With the whole co-producer thing here, I think it means like because it's a community-driven game, which I get, but I do think that's a little overly sensational about the quote-unquote title here. A co-producer would almost make it sound like you are actually part of the development team, and while the community is a part of the development, it doesn't necessarily mean they're part of the team. I think the word co-producer is pushing it a little bit, in my opinion, but not a big deal. And then the last one about it being a plant-based game and the diversity, I'm not sure if I'd necessarily call them key features, quote-unquote, but more like, by the way, this game's got something for everyone, it's very diverse, and it's plant-based. I don't know if I'd necessarily consider that a feature. I tend to consider features like actual like in-game things you can do, whereas this is more like a theme. Like the game has a theme of being plant-based, has a theme of being diverse. I don't know if I'd put it in the key feature section, but again, not a big deal. I am curious though. They do seem to be make a very big deal about the game being plant-based, and I'm not a vegan or someone who follows like a plant-based diet or anything like that. So to me, it doesn't seem like it's that huge of a deal. But if you are someone who's part of that community, whether you be a vegan or just someone who eats plant-based, do you think that that's something you would put as one of the major selling points of your game? Like, is this something that you as a monster taming fan or a fan of games in general would particularly be really excited about? Or do you think maybe it needs to be just, you know, by the way, this game's plant-based rather than check it out, it's a plant-based game? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are, because I'm actually really curious about that. I guess it does make sense though in a world with like monsters. Like if you think about Pokemon, for example, you ain't feeding your Pokemon Tauros meat, you're feeding them puffins, okay? Anyways, let's keep reading. So here we got the lore. Legend has it that beasties were created from the overworld primordial dust. Only the rarest and most powerful beasties today are still made of that dust, so-called primordial dust beasties. They are very athletic by nature and like to scuffle. They rarely harm anyone in the process. The beasties live in complete harmony and symbiosis with humans. Thus, some humans have turned out to be particularly good beastie brawl trainers. However, beasties are very picky and they themselves have to be convinced by trainers into the beastie brawl before they can form a friendship alliance with that trainer and then fight on their side. Almost sounds like the recruitment mechanic from Shin Megami Tensei. The people, on the other hand, often live in small villages and celebrate life, nature, and their food. Everything revolves around food, its preparation, and the exquisite ingredients it contains. Farmers are highly respected in the world of beasties, and they are always shown respect and gratitude. But for some time now, villains have been spreading around contaminating various dishes with flavor enhancers, trying to make profit out of it. So spices are evil in this game. But anyway, this seems to be a small snippet about what's to come for the game, but basically, trainers don't actually capture their creatures, but instead form a mutual bond. Now, I'm wondering if these creatures are going to be more like Pokemon, where they lack that sort of level of sapience, or if we're going to see them be more like Digimon, where they're fully sapient, able to talk and think critically and stuff like that. Here we got Beastie Brawls. Our turn-based Match 3 combat system is easily accessible for beginners, but offers depth and the ability to plan moves far in advance for hardened veterans. Easy to learn, hard to masters, and this is boldened. Beasties don't get hurt in combat either, so don't worry about your friends. They like to brawl our beasties. So here we got skill, energy, beastie level, power / damage, type, armor, rarity level. So my question is, if it has an HP bar, or I guess in this case an energy bar, how are they not getting hurt if they're damaging each other? I'm not 100% sure how that works. But Beasties, community driven, you form a relationship alliance with the Beasties. They get to join your team. Similar to sports team, they have battles sporting in nature, as the Beasties love to brawl after all, and just like their coaches, they want to be the very best. So this makes it sound like it's kind of like boxing, which to me, it's like people still get hurt while boxing. So is it more like Pokemon battles? But then if it is, like, the fact that they don't get necessarily critically injured or anything like that isn't really a difference, because Pokemon don't either. You just pop into the healing machine, and you know they're good to go. So anyways, the monster designs look pretty good. This beater rock's looking pretty cool. I really like the burblets here, and even jelly pike's looking pretty cute. But yeah, I'm just gonna scroll through the rest here for you guys. So you got a beastie connection. Beasties very picky about their coaches, so players must convince a beastie of their own performance in a beastie brawl. So basically you got essentially like a capture mechanic, but it's giving the illusion of sort of mutual benefit here. If you go down, you got the beastie types. We don't exactly have all of them here, but we can see that there's an electric, fire, what seems to be like a healing type or something. We got a grass or a plant, something with a band-aid. I'm not 100% sure what that means. There's also mining. There's quests, which will be community driven. The bulletin board allows you to get quests. There's going to be challenges, which are like achievements. There's going to be an arena where you can battle, which is currently under construction. You can explore the world. You can go farming, and then there's a crafting system with the plants. So you got your wheat, you got your energy crystals, you got your mill, and then that turns into the flour. Upgrade mechanics, villages, stuff like that. So this game essentially is a monster taming / raising, farming, puzzle game with monster battling. So if this game does interest you, I am going to leave the Kickstarter and their Twitter page linked in the description. You can definitely check them out and show your support. As of right now, the campaign has 20 days left in its campaign and still requires another roughly $16,000 USD. So it is going to need a push if it's going to make it. And I mean, despite the fact that I'm typically not a big puzzle game fan, I can see the amount of effort that's being put into this game. So if this is something you're really interested in, I highly recommend checking it out and showing them your support. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. If you do enjoy monster taming content, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, GymLeaderEd. Check out our subscriber Discord, all links in the description. Until next time, peace.